Ooh, have you ever had a canker sore in your mouth? It's like, ooh, that hurts a lot. It's a real drag. It burns. It's uncomfortable. What it actually is a little ulcer in there. It's like a little wound. It's similar to what would happen if you bite inside your mouth. It takes time for that to heal. It becomes like a little volcano, and it's very sore and painful. Well, canker sore, you didn't even bite your gum, and these little sores come up in your mouth. What's going on? Is it some problem with your mouth? No, it's something in your stomach. If you have canker sores, which are little ulcers in your mouth, then you have ulcers in your stomach. And so you need to address your stomach. And the good news is I can give you a quick symptomatic relief for it as well. And I'm so glad of that. If I eat, for example, too much sugar, too much carbohydrate after I've been stressed, what happens is your body's becoming more acidic. Sugar produces acid in the body, and if your stomach starts to get too acidic, then you start getting ulcers in your stomach. Those ulcers can even show up 5 minutes later after the thing that you ate, or maybe a day later. You don't always know. But you eat something, and it's not that the next time you eat that thing you're going to get an ulcer. It was just enough to tip the balance in the stomach where the stomach is becoming too acidic. When the stomach becomes too acidic, one of the symptoms is ulcers will grow. So they can go away very quickly too, by the way, if you just restore balance to the stomach. Now, a lot of people think that, okay, I'll restore balance to my stomach by taking Tums. Too much acid stomach, take Tums. No, that makes the problem worse. That actually causes your stomach to become non-acidic. You put that in there, and then nothing gets digested. If you take Tums, you're stopping the digestion process, then the food doesn't get digested and it sits in there and putrefies and turns to more acid. Then you need more Tums to come in and do the trick to neutralize that acid. And then there's no acid in your stomach to digest the food. So you're constantly numbing or inhibiting the digestive process. The food that's undigested becomes overly acidic. Then when it becomes overly acidic and it's sitting in there, your body can't release the natural hydrochloric acid that would digest your food. So your food just gets worse and worse and you need more and more Tums. So forget about that. That's one of those simple solutions in the drugstore that will lead to serious diseases later in your life. Because if you can't digest your food, you're going to be irritable, grumpy, not sleep well, not have energy, not be motivated, have back pain. All these problems come when you can't digest your food. And all you can basically say is when you're taking Tums, you're doing something to stop digestion. So what you need is some good digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes are really great. One of the products that we have is vitamin C and digestive enzymes together, which is really good for this. To get that vitamin C in there along with the digestive enzymes helps to take that away. But a basic, that's having to buy something rather expensive. It's a bottle, like normal vitamin bottles, of course. But there's something which is even cheaper that sometimes does the trick. And it's the cheapest substance you can buy in the grocery store. And it's Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Raw apple cider vinegar. Kind of has like some growing stuff in it. But you take a teaspoon of that with like 2 ounces of water, teaspoon of that, or three or 4 ounces at the most. Put it in and drink it down before you have a meal. Do it 3 or 4 days for three or four times a day for 3 or 4 days, and suddenly you'll restore balance in there. It's just the apple cider vinegar. It is acid, but it's a very mild acid. So that mild acid goes in there, and it just makes the super acid stomach a little less acidic. Instead of numbing it completely, it makes it a little less acidic, and then your body releases hydrochloric acid, and that hydrochloric acid digests your food. So you just want to bring your body back into homeostasis, back into balance. Little apple cider vinegar is known to do the trick. Do it ideally 5 times a day. That would be first thing in the morning, before your first food, before your second food, before your third food, before you go to bed. And just that little teaspoon of it, and it's fine. Different people have different mixtures, but basically that will work. So that's the easy solution. But what do you do to take away that pain right now? Okay, this is such a great discovery, because I get them sometimes. I still get them sometimes. If I eat a little too much carbohydrate and I'm stressed, I might get 1 or 2, or 1 at a time, and it hurts. It can be on your tongue, it can be on your skin, on the inside of your mouth. So what you need to do is go, actually best thing is to go online and buy food grade hydrogen peroxide. Food grade hydrogen peroxide is 3% hydrogen peroxide, and dilute it down to 1%. So 2 parts water, 1/3 hydrogen peroxide, 3%, and that's a diluted down version of hydrogen peroxide. You don't want to do straight 3% hydrogen peroxide, but just 1% hydrogen peroxide, and like an ounce, put it in your mouth, swish it around like that, kabang, gone. The pain's gone away. Another thing you can add to this is maybe do a week, or occasionally, I do it twice a year, several days, several weeks of the oil cure. And you can read about the oil cure on my website, or I'll just tell you very briefly what it is you take sesame seed oil, organic sesame seed oil, and you take sunflower seed oil is also good, but sesame seed oil is the oldest and theoretically the best, because it has in sesame seeds, it's an antibacterial. It just has that quality. So you take a tablespoon of sesame seed, you put it in your mouth, you swish it all around, keep swishing it around for 15 to 20 minutes, then spit it out. Some people do it 30 minutes, some people do 15, do another batch, 15 minutes. But you do that around that time, just keep it going, and that will disinfect your mouth and will start pulling toxins out of your body, and it will also help heal those little ulcers that are in your mouth. So getting rid of the cold sores, you now have control over it. You also have the ability to take away the symptomatic pain, so it goes away very quickly. But you do want to always get to the cause, which is the increased acid in the stomach. And remember, it's the stress and it's the eating the junk food that caused it in the first place. So you always want to back off of that. Or if you're using Tums or any other kind of product like that you buy at the drugstore, you're just making the problem worse while treating the symptoms. In this case, we'll treat the symptoms in a way that doesn't make the problem worse, and we'll get to the cause of it. And that's the basic principle of all the advice that I give, is let's find a natural way to eliminate symptoms without creating a worse problem, side effects. Let's find a natural way to create no symptoms and recognize what caused this and begin dealing with the cause of it, so you never have the problem ever again. Thanks so much for listening, and no more cold sores.